Hello, welcome to day 56 of Trading Crypto. Today we are starting off with a bit of a green candle. Everything is green today, surprisingly. Yesterday we were all suffering in the red zone. I managed to DCA a little bit, so I'm perfectly fine with this up movement today. We got Bitcoin up 3.17% at $59,225. Not too bad. We did enter a short trade here that seems to have lost, unfortunately, but we'll review that. Oh, we actually have 3 positions open. Well, these are DCA positions. Anything you see that's 500 at 3x is a DCA position, which just goes to show, DCA does work, right? We're seeing that right here, right now. Currently, Bitcoin, we did buy it at 58,000, 57,000, and 59,000. That's barely losing money. It's almost in the green, and we're already making $50, $24, etc. And of course, once we see Bitcoin above 60K, that's the good zone where we'll see some higher amounts for this. This is just starting out, of course. So we've got a long way to go for that still. Excited for this. I don't have my... Oh. I thought I had my trading workbook up. Okay, here it is. Let me show how the portfolio is going so far. We ended the month of August in 3% as a rate of return due to this losing trade over here. We are taking some winning trades of risk reward 1 to 3 only in the mornings though, and that's something that I came to a conclusion because I'm noticing, we just lost here in Bitcoin as well, meaning that the evenings are not so volatile, right? We need volatility for this to kind of work. This ended on the 1st of September. I'll just fill these details in while I'm explaining what I'm planning to do next. Lost $109.14, paid that in fees, hitting our stop loss. So there's not enough volatility here. What I'm planning to do instead is when, like during these times, of course, 8 p.m., 9 p.m., I started a little late today because I was a little busy. But yeah, in these cases, we will only be using risk reward ratio of 1 to 2. Right, instead of 1 to 3, because I feel like 1 to 3 might be a little too much to ask for when we're talking about, the markets in the evening, right? It's not so volatile. So, okay, I've noted this down for now. Let's see if we do find any other positions. We currently are in an uptrend for Bitcoin. Let me just write what we have so far. Ethereum is up 3.86%, $2,529.70, approaching our resistance zone over here. Price is currently inside of both the moving averages, unless it goes up 2535, I'll just note. 535. For now, it's neutral. So no entry in Ethereum as of right now. We need the price to be a little higher than that. Binance is perfectly fine above both moving averages, so we're considered in an uptrend. And price is $529.68, up 3.16%. Everything is almost 3% up. And even Solana, 3.71% up today. Price is above both moving averages as long as they're above $134. So we're considered in the green. There, perfect. 134 and 18 cents I have to specify probably. I'm just noting down the amounts as well in my trading workbook like this. So we'd be considered in an uptrend if we are above this level for Ethereum. We're still considered in an uptrend if we're above this level for Solana. Of course, this does change, but we are using the hourly moving averages, so it'll take a long time before it actually does change. The only thing that can change faster than that is the price itself. So that's something we do keep track of over here, the white bar. So that's what we have. Dogs is up, Knot is up, Ton is up. Not as much though. I'm still technically negative because I purchased over here and over here on my main account. But we're approaching positive territory for at least one of them. I did manage to cancel out one of my positions over here and rebuy down here. So like it would have been profit, but I also lost and ended up making $0, right? I broke even there. I kept the middle position and then I rebought over here, and the price is still fighting to go positive at the moment, but so far we're fine. Yeah, let's check if we have any movements right now in the 5-minute charts based off of the information we gathered. Bitcoin's already made its upswing, so I'm going to have to wait for a downswing during this hour. Ethereum right now still has to be above 2535, so not yet. It's currently headed to the downside. I don't think we'll be able to find an entry in Ethereum. Solana right now, it's currently headed downwards. Interesting. We might be able to find an entry in Solana if we pay close enough attention. Could be another 15 minutes though before we see that, since we are looking at the 5-minute chart. Binance is already on its way up, so we gotta wait for a downswing first before we can consider an entry. So far, I think Bitcoin was not valid yet. Yeah, so only Solana is our only hope right now. The 3 moving averages are pointing downwards, so it's going to take a couple of minutes before we can actually find an entry. Either way, I'm going to prepare one just in case that actually does happen. We are, of course, going to go long. Stop below this level. I'm using 5,000 ticks. Is it 5,000 or is it 500? Let me check my strategy thing. Solana, this is ton. Solana is 5,000 ticks. Cool. So this is the 1100. Really? Is it that much? I feel like that is way too much. This was 6. How about if we're doing +5 here, this would be 72. I feel like this seems a bit more reasonable. I think this should be the measurement. 500 ticks. I'm changing that on my strategy. Just a quick note. 500 ticks from the swing. Okay, there you go. And like I said, we're only going to be using risk-reward ratios of 1 to 2. So that'll be my stop for now. Let's see how deep this swing goes. If it's just a shallow swing, might be better because, you know, we're making higher peaks, higher valleys, right? So this should continue on our way upwards, ideally. Yeah, so I just got to wait for that to be set up. Set up the stop levels over there. Margin, let's let the margin come to me. This is too much leverage. Let me just drop it there. Yeah. I'd say 15x. There, so we don't use up most of our margin as well in case some emergency happens. Because we need to have margin. We're in cross margin mode on this account for our DCA levels that we have over here. So yeah, this looks decent for now. Just gotta wait for the correct entry signal. I don't think this is valid. Is it 3 moving out? What is this? 3 moving averages on this candle. It was kind of headed downwards, but not officially. We need this price to close below. We only have 15 seconds to do that. Looks like it's headed downwards. Let's just hope it heads downwards for maybe another 5 minutes and then start to do its upswing. For now, we gotta wait. So let's move on to the news. As the title of this video mentions, there is a perfect storm for crypto coming in soon. It's brewing up in the crypto market right now, according to Lark Davis, analyst at cryptocurrency. And here's his reasoning. We are 16 days away from a potential rate cut, right? The next FOMC meeting coming up very soon. We know for sure, like I've always mentioned, it's going to be 25 base points cut. Or will it be 50? Why? We're expecting 50? Well, we had recession fear from before. That's one thing. It should have probably been cut in July 31st meeting, which it did not get cut. A lot of other countries are already pressuring with the fact that they've already cut their interest rates. And traders, investors were all expecting at least 100% rate cut by the end of the year, right? And we only have 3 meetings left. Each one is supposedly going to be 25, 25, 25, which is 75. So one of them has to be 50, and we're expecting this this meeting in September to be the 50 base point rate cut. And then, you know, November, December 225s, that's going to be 100 base point cut in total for this year. That's what we're all expecting, hopefully. So it's going to be devastating if, well, first, it's like absolutely devastating if there's no rate cut, because that's just absolutely unexpected. But we're all expecting at least one, so market will react normally, but market will definitely benefit if it's a 50 base point rate cut. So we got to listen to what Jerome Powell says on that date of the FOMC meeting to know for sure. He has the last word. US elections are 65 days away. That's 2 months from now in November. We're all expecting November to be a very bullish month. September, most people are expecting, based on historical data, that it will be a bearish month. We're still going to be in the red. But I think we started off the month really low, right? We started the month where Bitcoin was over here, right? 57, 58,000 September 1st. So, I mean, even if we're 60,000, that's technically going to be in the green, even if it's a little bit. And I do expect us to be above 60,000 levels very soon. This downtrend is already broken. So from here on upwards, we're in an uptrend. Our slowdown zones are obviously the psychological level of 60,000, which I think will just break out of that pretty quickly until we reach 61,374. We might see some slowdowns in the range of 60,000 for a while longer. We do need more fundamentals. I don't think this week is going to be too crazy, is it? Manufacturing, that's not too important. Balance of trade, that's for Canada. Jolt's job openings, that might be interesting. ISM, unemployment rate for Canada. Non-farm payrolls we have on Friday. Actually, this will be really important. It tells us all the job data that we had for the month of August, and that would drive what the market expects of how much we would get a rate cut for. It would influence that decision, right? If it's good economic data, then market might react to the downside because we're all scared that it's only going to be a 25 base point rate cut. Or if it's the opposite way around, if the jobs are bad, that means the economy is bad. That means we need a rate cut for sure, a bigger rate cut. So obviously that would increase the chances for a 50% rate cut. That's the interesting thing about it. So we'll see that. And also unemployment rates, similar kind of thing going on there. So that's what we have for this week in terms of economic data. I spoiled this too early, but yeah, a church in France that survived 2 world wars has been set ablaze. They're saying that it's possibly arson. We never know. I don't know yet who this is, but it's always France, of course. Anyways, I'm not done with this news. So, US elections coming up. FTX will be redistributing $16 billion in cash to crypto degens in Q4. They're calling them crypto degens. But yeah, they will be refunding all the people who lost their money on the FTX crash. If you don't know, Sam Bankman-Fried stole a lot of people's money, the CEO of FTX, an exchange, a crypto exchange. And then he got arrested for it, of course, because he's stealing people's money to party in Cuba or wherever, or Dominican Republic, I don't know, Bahamas, Bermuda, I don't know, around that area. He got arrested, and now his company has to repay the creditors, right? Everybody else back. So we're expecting that to come soon. $16 billion is the total, as you can see right here. What this will do for the market is give it liquidity, right? They're paying everybody back in USDT. At least that's what I've heard so far. There's no confirmation of that yet. Paying people back in USDT, right? You're giving them crypto, US dollar crypto. What are they going to buy with crypto? More crypto, right? And it's $16 billion. That's going to bring in a lot of volume to the market. And yeah, so we're expecting that to happen. They're saying in Q4 of 2024. So that's obviously going to be like September, October, November, December. We're in September right now, but it's likely not going to happen now. It's likely going to be in October, maybe November. November would be nice. And December, of course. The price of gold is at an all-time high. I've mentioned this before. The price of Bitcoin would always chase the price of gold as well. So we should see an increase in Bitcoin following gold. Gold is at all-time high levels. Global M2 money supply is also rising. the amount of people with money across the globe, of course, would bring good liquidity, sorry, not liquidation, into the market. So, you know, that would bring in more volume, even more than what FTX is about to redistribute. The total market cap of stablecoins is at an all-time high. That's also interesting, right? Stablecoins like USDT, USDC, there's DAO, there's a bunch of other ones, right? From TrueFi, etc. Those have all-time high levels of stablecoins. Like that, of course, people are just ready to buy a lot. So, like I said, what are people going to buy with crypto? More crypto, right? That's the idea of that. Fresh liquidity is entering the crypto market. After months of waiting, we're finally getting close to a massive rally. And we deserve it. Don't give up now. So, that's the big idea of what we have so far. Good things to look forward to, right? There's not really that much bad news other than possibly Mt. Gox giving money back to people, which they might sell, which is one thing. US government, I don't think they're going to sell anymore because it's becoming a race, right? Remember the Cold War? There's all this arms race to see who has the most, I don't know, weaponry, best military, best arsenal between countries like United States, Russia, China, all that, right? Well, now it's the same thing that's going to happen with crypto. Who's going to have the most crypto? So far, US is in the lead. China is very, very close. Russia is embracing crypto now. I don't know how much they have. I don't think they have too much. Of course, we have other countries that were, like, from a while back, always pro-Bitcoin, but they don't have too much. Like El Salvador, for example. They have a lot, but not as much as those big companies. Not companies, countries. I'm already getting confused, but you know what I mean. So yeah, that's the idea here. During these dips, of course, we've got a lot of whale activity. Whales are buying. Mr. 100 keeps on buying. He bought 300 more Bitcoin yesterday and now has 72,627 Bitcoins. Do you think Mr. 100 could be an exchange? We already confirmed this. I confirmed this a couple months ago. Yes, Mr. 100 is a South Korean exchange, I'm pretty sure. That just DCA's 100 Bitcoin every day. You can see like August 29, August 30, August 31st, September 1. Just keep buying the dips. Eventually, they have sold. But, you know, overall, they still have a lot of Bitcoin and they're still buying. They're very rich. There's another whale over here in Binance who has purchased $64 million worth of Bitcoin on Binance. Of course, this would also mean that the you know, the amount of Bitcoin on the exchanges is decreasing as well. People are also taking their crypto out of exchanges into cold wallets to hold on to it for a very long time, of course. Otherwise, why else would you do that? So it's just more proof, you know, that there will be a supply shock coming soon. There's not going to be enough of Bitcoin, and that's just going to drive the price all the way up soon. We're hoping this year. End of this year. I'm still expecting 100k Bitcoin end of the year. So that's a good thing to look up to. Oh, speaking of that, Cointelegraph has also shown, well, the top 5 news is that Bitcoin's 110k setup is still in play, but analyst does warn of a sub 40k dip first. And this is something that I did also check yesterday from Ash Crypto, who showed his predictions for Bitcoin. I did not check this here yet. Okay, cool. Price is still dropping. In simple terms, what he mentioned is that he is expecting Bitcoin to make one more crash to around the 40,000 level, which I see that could be kind of possible, but we do need something crazy, some fundamental news to drive the price all the way down to this area. If it does drop there, believe me, I'm selling anything that I don't have to buy that dip, because, you know, we know for sure. He did also predict for this month of September we will see levels maximum 70,000 of Bitcoin as well. So who knows, maybe this could be our way up to 70,000. Maybe we do see some drops over here. Maybe we do see some terrible news come out that drives the price of Bitcoin all the way down here again, as it has, because historically we've seen lower highs and lower lows each time. So we might just see one more lower low is what we're expecting at the moment before we see the big move upwards, of course. Interestingly enough, this super trend has not flipped green, at least in the 4-hour chart. That's what I check to confirm what the movements are. In the 1-hour chart, we're about to flip that. So yeah, once we break the 60,000 barrier, that's likely to happen. I'm talking about just indicators here. Ignore this. Okay. Ethereum layer 1 network revenue collapses. What's causing it? Ethereum obviously not doing so good compared to the rest. Still 2,528. Also still red in the super trend here. We need something decent for Ethereum to start its momentum upwards again, because right now it's just downward pressured by that grayscale ETF that keeps selling both Bitcoin and Ethereum all the time, no matter what. On the other hand, though, BlackRock's always buying. That's good short term. Looser Fed policy, global macro trends point to bullish outlook for Bitcoin, says the analysts. Qatar introduces regulatory framework for digital assets. I did see that news as well. And crypto products hit with $305 million outflow amid strong U.S. economic data. Interesting as well, of course. U.S. economic data, if it's good, it'll strengthen the dollar. What do all the cryptos go against? U.S. dollar. So if the US dollar is stronger, the crypto will go down, whichever crypto you're looking at. That's generally how it works. That's all we have for news there. We do see, of course, Trump winning in the odds so far pretty decently. He's 50% compared to Kamala at 47%. But, you know, you can never trust these all the time. If you remember back in 2016 elections, if any of you saw that when it was Trump versus Hillary, there was one time I didn't see it live, but I just saw like recaps of it, that Hillary had like a 90% chance of beating Trump at some point during the election, which was just crazy. And then Trump obviously won that election, so that was just hilarious. Just goes to show you can't really trust the election forecast, but still gives you a brief idea of how the sentiment of the citizens are mainly pointing towards Trump, so that's pretty decent. There you have it. Trump did an interview with Mark Levin. I did not watch this one, unfortunately, yet, but we have a bit of a summary here. So talking about tariffs and American jobs, it's not a tax on the middle class, it's a tax on other countries. Without tariffs, we'll lose jobs in Detroit, Michigan, South Carolina, and beyond. We've already lost 57% of our car manufacturing over the last 30 years. That's what they mentioned. They talked about Russia-China alliance. I don't think I'll read all the descriptions, but it's there for you if you want to read it. They talked about military concerns, election interference claims. Oh, that'll be interesting. Political prosecution. And here's the full thing. No, it's not here. You can find it on YouTube, I guess. But yeah, this is probably something I'll have to watch on my free time later. What do you have on the rest of the world? Well, Turkey, who is a part of NATO, I'm assuming is leaving NATO for BRICS now. They're going to be joining BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, to be a part of them. I mean, what is this? I didn't not see this coming. Like, eventually this was going to happen. There was always been talks of this. We also hear a lot of talks of Venezuela trying to join BRICS. A lot of other countries in Africa as well I've seen trying to join BRICS. It's going to be big soon. And depending on what they do with it, we don't know if it's going to be good or bad. So, well, there you have this kind of news. They submit the application to join, which I'm sure they will be accepted. Speaking of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro's plane was seized by the United States. I'm pretty sure it was in some other place. I don't even know, but they seized his plane. That's all we know so far. I don't think there's any other news on that yet. They were claiming sanctions. Okay, I do have some more news here. In a rare move, the U.S. has seized the Venezuelan President Maduro's plane in the Dominican Republic. There it is. Citing sanctions violations. Oh, Maduro was not on board, but this bold act of confiscating a foreign head of state's aircraft is unusual, although, to be fair, the U.S. does not recognize Maduro as the president of Venezuela. If you remember, they even put out like a paper statement saying, "You're not the president, stop doing election fraud." Anyways, seizing a sitting president's plane doesn't happen every day, or has it ever? Yeah, so not sure how Maduro will respond to this. He's already come out saying, look, my court tells me, yes, I did win the elections, but we don't know. They're calling him a dictator. They're saying that he stole the election. So it's all up in the air still. I'm just like, to put it all to an end, I'd be willing to accept, you know what, Maduro's president and leave us all alone. But no. Here we have some bros helping bros moment. Elon Musk is endorsing President Javier Milei of Argentina. He's saying he's doing an incredible job restoring Argentina to greatness. He replies with, thank you very much for your words. He says, you are most welcome. The example you are setting with Argentina will be a helpful model for the rest of the world. And it says, exactly, we will show the world that embracing the ideas of freedom brings prosperity. Of course, freedom of speech is under attack. Elon Musk is a big, I guess, freedom fighter, you could call him. He's trying to keep free speech available as much as possible. Unfortunately, he can't in some places, like Brazil. They've banned X officially, and threatening to sue charge anyone like $8,000 a day if you're using a VPN. Elon Musk, of course, is also saying that the U.S. Democrat Party is literally the party of criminals. So, obviously, him endorsing Trump also being pro-free speech. In these cases, Twitter is just the main platform for everything at this point, it seems like. So, yeah, that's all we have here. We got our downswing. We're about to get our upswing in Solana. This might be my chance to enter soon. Still got a minute 45 for this candle to close. That's all the news I have for today. Why did my session expire? Whatever, we don't need an account anyway. Or do we? Does my watch list save? My watch list did not save. Doesn't matter. Could always look at the cryptos here. How is Solana still doing in terms of trend? That is not something that I checked. We're still up. We're good. How about Ethereum? Ethereum is not good. Bitcoin's fine. Binance is also fine. I'm assuming they would have dipped as well a little. I really don't want to exit this page. Hold on, I'll just open another one. I wanted to check Binance and Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is here. Did it make a downswing? No, it did not. It's still moving upwards. Binance did not make its downswing either. Okay, so we can just ignore those. We'll stick with Solana. 45 seconds for this candle to close. If we get an upswing, I am entering it. Or will I? I don't know. Gonna have to wait and see how the next candle will do. So far, I'm really proud with this DCA thing going on here. Wait, how much can I DCA? If I'm doing $500 every time, and I have 11,000 balance, divided by 500, it's 22 times. So I only have a month to do it, but I also do need some margin as well, you know, to be able to, even with leverage, enter a normal trade like these. Yeah, I will still have to do this in the mornings as well. In the mornings, I could do a 1 to 3 risk reward. There we have the switch, as long as the price stays above that. So I'm going to enter risking, what is my equity? Scroll down here, 11,076. Yeah, so 110, whatever. Oh wow, price just shot up. I'll wait for a small dip before we enter. Oh, it's just going to keep going up now, isn't it? Because the main issue that I see with scalping crypto here, if you could call this scalping, is the spread. Like if I was to enter here, the spread will be all the way up there. Gold prices about here. Bid and ask. Usually like about there. I'm basing this off of what I'm seeing down here in the filled price. It's about 2 cents of a difference, which can make a big... Okay. Now it's just going up when I'm trying to enter this. I'm not going to FOMO in. I'll be patient. We just see this price skyrocket after here. Because remember, the more I push this up, the more further my target will have to be I should have just entered when it was red, huh? Alright, I'll give it a moment while we wait for this to drop. Binance is doing fine. Do we have anything new for Solana, or is it just Ethereum? Things are getting even worse. Solana shows catastrophic breakdown. Well, I did notice that it was, I think, the amount of volume being used in Solana was decreasing. I saw some news similar along those lines. Moonbag is a scam. Solana next-gen DeFi altcoins to elevate Web3. ETF swap, Maker, and Solana. Okay. XRP breakout. XRP did have a breakout. Kinda. Well, we're still 56 cents. Wait, where did we dip? We dipped to 54 on Ripple. Okay. Not too bad. Is this gonna drop or not? Still waiting for a good entry price. Alright, it's just going up again. It's going up higher now. That's not what you like to see. That's why you gotta be quick when you enter. Oh, now it's just even higher. Even if I did catch it there, my take profit would be here, for example, right? And if I enter where the price is at the moment, my take profit goes from 136.54 to 137.38. That's significantly higher, and I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to do something like this simply. Why can't things ever go my way? How long have I been streaming? Half an hour. Okay. Oh, well, at least we're fully green on all of these. Whoops, it's not what I meant to do. Or maybe eventually I do have to wait until the close of this candle. We have 1 minute 11 seconds. I'm just burning time here. Toncoin changed their avatar. With that, it's a dog. It's the dogs, isn't it? Pretty sure it's the dogs. Because this is their old logo, but blue. And yeah, here's the dog thing. But this is a different dog. What is this? Hold on. Let me find Toncoin images. Where's the dogs? Dogs. Well, they don't have it. Oh, here it is. This is one of the dogs. Here. Interesting logo. But this one has like a hat or something. Am I even looking at this properly? The open image in new tab. That's what it is. It's a dog with a cape on top with a Telegram coin next to it. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is still going up. 10 seconds left. Yeah. Alright, then. I'll wait for the next candle and enter wherever it goes here. And of course I have to adjust the amount. 119, are you serious? 118, 119, 18. What was the other one? 109, 104, or 117, 115. I think 115 safe. We'll go there. Alright, we've entered. At last. Let me copy the open price just to make sure it was fully correct. And then change this to 1-to-1 over here. You know what I also have? I should have looked at. Oh wow, it's even higher this time. 137 and 68. I think it was 137 and 30 something, or 40, I think. My previous projection of the price. Anyways, I wanted to check the analyst views. At least for Solana, since we're in it. We have news from 8 p.m. Okay, good. Solana intraday, the upside prevails, so we're expecting this to go upwards. As long as... Here's the conditions. Let me draw out... They're expecting a price target of $140.10. Cool. And then pivot point is 131 with 30. I'll just draw this out. 131, 30. It's down there. This is big trade. Big levels that they have. I do have a little resistance over here at 139. Why? Probably for good reason. I just can't see it. I'm too zoomed in at the moment. Oh, I also have to put my take profits, so let me do that before I forget. Okay. Still slightly positive. We're everything in the green. I'm happy to see this. And yeah, let's see how long our happiness lasts for. 131 pivot point. I like my stop level, my normal stop. The alternative scenario is if it drops down, we're expecting 127 and then 124. I'm kind of hoping that that does happen, just so I could DCA a bit more. I do have a DCA level at 127, which it did buy for me on my main account. So that's super positive right now. Interesting. And then, well, they're using RSI for this. What levels did I have? Okay, so 135 was the last price that they saw. Price has already increased to 135 and 32 cents. One small resistance is at 133, which that's already past my stop level. So, I mean support, not resistance. Resistance is above. Above we have 140.10, which my take profit is before that. So that'll be good, achievable. I'm liking it. It's still considered to the upside. And there's also, what is this? Daily and weekly charts are also bullish. Okay, so I think we should be perfectly fine with this trade. We'll see how it goes. I'll end it for now, because I don't think we can enter into anything else. Today was Labor Day. Oh my gosh, Binance already shot up. Bitcoin's on its way up. Reached a high today of 59,418. Just 600 more and we're at 60k. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, Binance is looking good. Solana, this is Solana's composition. Looks great. It looks great so far. I'm expecting this to go higher. V-shape recovery, hopefully. Alright. There we have it then. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment any of your thoughts, and I'll see you tomorrow for, maybe, no, not tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm busy. So I'll see you Wednesday for a nice and fresh stream with a lot of news, because a lot of stuff happens around the world. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.